what are the reasons that you all decided to deploy with CBeyond, and how has that been a benefit in terms of the direct partnership with our organization?
It kind of comes back to what Mike said in the beginning. I believe you should do what you're good at. So we've been in business for 28 years. We've never been in the IT business. We hire a lot of really bright young people who probably know way more about computers than I do, but at the same point, that's not something that's really the focus of our revenue generation. So we chose CBeyond for really 3 reasons. Number one, they had incredible feedback from other people who were their current customers. And I believe in doing business with people not only that you know, but also the people that have a good reputation in the industry. Number 2, when we did have an issue, they were incredibly responsive. We had a fiber cut in our neighborhood right down the street from our building, and they were able to react in what I would consider record time. We lost maybe 3 or 4 hours, which isn't a lot of time for something as major as a fiber cut. With the previous company we were with, we lost 2 days. So there's a big difference between 4 hours and 2 days. And really the third reason was they tend to be very innovative in their product offering. They're not waiting for us to come to them, they're coming to us with new advanced services, new advanced initiatives, new technology, and that makes us feel like our partner is really a trusted partner in what they're doing for us.
We chose CBeyond because I have a chief technology officer who actually was responsible for having all of our internal things done, and I call him Chief Geek. And if CBeyond passed Chief Geek's requirements and the things that he absolutely wanted, I'm signing a check. I trust him, and if he says CBeyond's the best, then we go with CBeyond. And he ought to know. He knows the technology really well. And we've also had issues with problems, and CBeyond has been phenomenal in fixing them. We can't be down either. I mean, think about it. You want to watch a video and you can't watch a video. Doesn't work real well. So we've had really good response rates. I mean, we've had even less than 3 or 4 hours, so. But those are the 2 major reasons, because I trust my employees, and we have done this ourselves, so we know what to look for. And I'll sign off on anything that my chief technology officer says we ought to do, as long as he gives me the reasons. And he said CBeyond, we went with CBeyond. And it's been great.
Yeah, I mean, for us, and I'll speak more generally also for the Atlanta Tech Village, where CBeyond is a partner and sponsor, it comes down to a lot of what the other panelists are saying, which is trust, reliability, and responsiveness. So CBeyond provides to the Atlanta Tech Village a 1 gigabit fiber internet connection, which really enables all of the entrepreneurs and engineers at ATV or the village to do their work every day. So having rock solid cloud services is great, but you also need to be able to access them. And every single company or individual working in the village relies on that rock solid internet access that CBeyond provides. And I was chatting with Johnson Cook, one of the managing partners of the village, the other day, and he was telling me about that onboarding process, and it was really saying hats off to them, because within 2 weeks of having an informal agreement, there were bulldozers out there laying fiber into the building. So it comes down to that trust, responsiveness and reliability, and we've seen that through that partnership and sponsorship with you guys.
All of our customers have spoken to the partnership and the reliability. Brian, can you elaborate a little bit more on when we say we hold your hand through this process and we're there with you, what does that look like for that new customer, that new CBeyond customer?
Sure. As business people, you don't just do business with another company, you do business with other people. So the relationship that you have with that company is extremely important. Here's the process with CBeyond. Now, it says there I'm project manager, so I have hands-on knowledge of what happens on a day-to-day basis. Let's say you're getting a broadband connection or a cloud connection, whatever it may be. You're going to talk to one of our partners, like Mike on the end, or one of our direct sales reps over there in the corner. And after they've learned what you need to know, what they've learned what your needs are, and they've come up with a solution. It always comes down to what you need. We provide a solution. The next step is, after you've made that decision, you're going to talk to an engineer. He's going to verify, he or she is going to verify what your needs are. And then you're going to talk to a solutions consultant, and they're going to begin the implementation process, and they're going to walk you through every step along the way. It may be designing a new broadband circuit for you. It may be installation of a fiber line. But whatever it is, we walk you through that process every step of the way. You will always have a contact person and their manager to speak with. So you're never, quote unquote, left out in the cold, so to speak. And of course, you can always talk to the rep that you originally spoke with at any time. And Mike, you probably know a little more about our onboarding process as well.
Yeah, I think it's the hand-holding which is really the most important. And I can tell you that when I first started in business many, many years ago, of all the carriers, when my first CBON account I signed, they sent me a checklist and said, this is what will happen and this is when it will happen. And I was like, oh my, that's exactly what I want. That is the only carrier, and I promise you, it's the only carrier that does that provides it to the agent and also provides it to the customer. And that is real important in understanding and communicating with the customer exactly what's going to happen, because what are they doing? They're making widgets. They're doing accounting. They're closing books. They're in the courtroom. So they don't want to worry about this. They just want to make sure it's handled. And I can tell you that the process that has been put in place by CBON is the best in the industry.
So we've been talking about CBON and cloud computing for about the past 30 minutes. Some of you, like me, are not engineering degree holders, and some of you probably have a little bit of a headache here in fiber cuts, 1 gigabyte upload downstream, posting all these things. Here's what I'd like to do. If you could summarize in one sentence, each of the panelists up here, why you would definitely push and recommend to any of these small business owners and entrepreneurs making the transition to a cloud solution with CBON. I'd like you to give them that one sentence, and then we'll open it up for questions from the audience.
Sure. I mean, yeah, again, I'll echo what I've said before. For us, the cloud and, cloud providers like CBON and others just enable us to focus on what is most important for our business, which is building out our product and not having to worry about some of the, mundane isn't the right word, but some of the other, more typical IT challenges and management tasks. We can effectively outsource those. So we can focus on what is most important to our business, which is building product and making sure it's up and reliable. So, on that reliability note, one of the things that the cloud has also given us is better sleep at night, because I know that if we have a big increase in demand, that I can scale our services out because we're running in the cloud. I don't have a server or a server farm on our on-site facility. I know I don't have to go and administer those servers. So that lets me rest, lets me sleep better, and at the end of the day makes us more productive. So that's sort of my 2 cents on the matter.
I think the theme here is do what you do best. And we found by going to the cloud that we're able to focus time, effort, and energy on things that we do best and not have to worry about the back office. CBON also, I look at a supplier to us, not when everything is good, but when the problems happen. And they've been phenomenal in solving problems. And we do some very, very complicated things in the way that we do things. So they've basically done it. And the really cool part about it is we got a phone call about a week or so ago, would you like to be a beta test for one of their new products? And we said yes. So there'll be more, which will be fun.
I'm going to echo a little something of what Chris said. You really want to focus on what you do best. And as independent business people, your business hopefully is going to grow, but along the way you're going to get thrown a few curves here and there. You don't want your IT infrastructure to be part of that. One of the great advantages of going into the cloud is offers a very flexible, very scalable solution that can grow with your business as needed, and allows you to focus on what you do best. That's your business. Not you don't want to be an IT, unless you're in the IT business, you really don't want to deal with that if you don't want to, if you really don't want to. So focus on your business, and along the ways, it will also, hopefully, it'll give you a competitive advantage as well.
Robert?
I would echo all the comments of the previous panelists that, that's why people move to the cloud. And I think, the payoff is when you start to realize some of the benefits, whether it's reaching your customers faster, whether it's having the opportunity to interface with them on a deeper level. And at the end of the day, it's, where do you deploy those resources to maintain the servers and all of the infrastructure? Where do you redeploy those assets to try to help grow your business?